video, I'm going to be modeling for you the estimation strategy of friendly or convenient numbers. This strategy is probably what we adults use the most in our daily lives when we're estimating at the grocery store or wherever we are, miles that we're driving. But it sometimes is one of the trickier ones for third graders to really become comfortable with. It's important to note that numbers that are friendly or convenient are ones that you feel most comfortable manipulating and using. So a number that might make me more comfortable might be different than a number that might make you feel more comfortable. But as you progress, you'll really see that it'll be most beneficial if the numbers you're choosing are ending in 5 or 0, because that kind of follows our place value system of groups of 10. So 5s work together to make 10s, and we take 10s all the time and we're ungrouping them and regrouping them. So as you progress, that's kind of what the goal is, to see kind of what the closest 10 or the closest 5 is. So I'm going to show you a couple examples here. Here I've taken this word problem. Malik has a goal to run 24 miles. He runs 3 miles per day, and he's already run for 6 days. So how many more miles does Malik have to run to meet his goal? So I've already solved the actual solution. I'm looking for the difference between his goal and what he's actually done. So here I've written a multi-step equation of 24 minus 3 times 6 is 6. So now I'm going to use my friendly or convenient numbers. And it's important to notice that sometimes you might not change a number. It might be comfortable for you already, and that's okay. So here I have 24 minus 3 times 6. So I'm going to say that 24 is really close to 25. And then I'm going to subtract, and I'm going to do, instead of 3 times 6, I'm just going to do 3 times 5. And when I do this, I'm getting 25 minus 15, and that's 10. So when I look, 10 and 6 are pretty close. That's pretty reasonable. He has 6 miles to still run, so I'm going to say he has about 10 miles. So that's pretty reasonable to say. Let me give you another example of how I might be rounding friendly or convenient numbers. So here I have 142. I could find 140 as the most friendly, convenient number, or I could do 150. I would say if we were at the grocery store or somewhere, we would probably in our lives say, oh, it's about 150. So here I have 150. 207, probably in our normal lives, we would say, oh, it's about 200. You could say 210. You could say 205. I'm just going to go ahead and go with 200. And then 91, I could go with 90, or I could say, well, it's about 100. So here I have 100, and then if I add all of this together, I have 450. So my actual was 440. I'm about 10 off, so that's pretty reasonable. And you'll notice the reason that this works a lot of times is here I've kind of given a little extra to this one, and this one I kind of took a little bit extra away. So that's why it's evening out and becoming a reasonable answer, is because for some numbers you're kind of overly taking away, and for some numbers you're kind of overly giving a little bit extra. So it kind of evens out a little bit. So here's just a few examples of friendly or convenient numbers, and remember that something that's convenient or friendly for you might be different than someone else, but you're most successful if you're kind of looking for numbers that work really well together. 5s work really well together, 10s work really well together. So use this strategy on your homework tonight, and I can't wait to look at it.